That is a very confident team by the sound of it in their huddle. It's the Western Conference on display, featuring the Memphis Grizzlies. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. That's certainly what we have in store for us today. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with partners Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And here's a look at our starting lineups, sponsored by State Farm. For today, Zach Randolph.
You know, you look at Randolph, guys, and what stands out is the consistency. He's been a 20-10 guy for most of his career, so dependable. And, you know, there aren't many guys like that in the league. But with Randolph, you know what nice.
Well, of course, his offensive rebounding part of the equation there. Even on nights he might struggle, he's great at chasing down his own shot and putting the ball back in the hole after he retrieves it.
Maybe the upper hand in this one. The Memphis Grizzlies won the last matchup of the season against the Rockets.
They went up against an extremely...
It's amazing, so amazing, so amazing, so amazing. It's amazing, so amazing, so amazing, so amazing.
There's the pass to Martin. Buries it down.
And for Grizzlies coach Lionel Hollins, a wealth of NBA coaching experience. 10 years as a player, over 2 decades in coaching. And all of his head coaching experience has come with the Grizzlies.
Here's Arthur. It's rebounded by Houston. They're coming Philadelphia.
Kevin, the starters didn't have too much pressure on them in that game because of how effective the bench guys were.
And another thing getting all those quality minutes from the reserves did was keep their staff fresh for the second half.
And for Lionel, this is his full season as a head coach.
Yeah, he stepped in on an interim basis in 3 separate seasons with the Grizzlies. That's really remarkable, even going way back to their days in Vancouver. So, you know, Hollins has built up a lot of equity with this organization. He's impressed them with his stability and his focus and just how measured he is in his approach as a coach. I think one of the underrated coaches in this league.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Game. And a dunk.
Boy, I like the aggressiveness here, guys. Just powering it down that time.
And descended gradually as he lingered on the rim.
Yeah, you got to be careful, too, guys, because the referees will call a technical pretty easily on that play. He got away with it there.
36 seconds left in this quarter. Johnson kicks to Martin. That's good. Martin's got his second bucket of the night.
Looks like he's trying to find a groove in this game. Just hasn't had it dialed in yet.
Conley against Douglas. Now here's Conley. Defense right on him. Here's Curry. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
You know, some folks would look at the Rockets last year and say maybe they overachieved given their lack of a true superstar, Kevin, but I disagree. I mean, they are a young team that has some depth, and they've got some talented players. I say keep an eye on the Rockets.
So first 5, Rudy Gay, Zach Randolph, and Marc Gasol, the front court. Selby is out there with Curry. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Hi, guys. Smooth in their last game against the Mavericks played a huge role for them. He notched a few points, and in addition to his scoring, he always in high for rebounds. A dominating performance from a player who might start making waves around the NBA. That is what the fleet...
Thanks, Doris. Guys, he's got to be pretty happy about his performance.
Most definitely. I mean, we've seen him play some great basketball, and last game was just another example of that.
Well, it's just great to see him fulfilling his potential.
With the Rockets, it's true. You know, they might have snuck up on some teams, but I agree. They have the talent to play well consistently. Yeah. Well coached, and Steve, I think, headed in the right direction.
I agree, Kevin. I think they've done a nice job of amassing a lot of talent the last few years. But the question is, do the pieces fit, and where do they go from here? Ultimately, you have to make the puzzle work, and I think they're it all out.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Martin with the bucket. We've got 1:08 left. Shoots over Patterson. A nice shot by Gasol. This Grizzlies in their last game lost us.
Yeah, and you look at the stats from that night. I mean, the turnovers were just glaring. No way you're going to give up the ball as many times as they did and still win.
Well, not unless you play an even tougher brand of defense and force even more turnovers on the other side. That's the only way you're really going to be able to keep giving the ball to the opponent at your end.
Boy, I don't know who has that kind of range. That's well beyond the arc.
Not sure what he was thinking about there.
Inside, here's Jones, and that is good. First bucket in this one.
Points in the paint have been the main force, or main entree, if you will. They just keep pounding it inside.
Now they're seeing no resistance defensively in the paint area, so the defense has got to be tougher.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And that one's good by Gay.
Boy, is he spit polished offensively. His defense is one of their driving forces.
Back to Martin. Launches it. Offensive rebound. Jones, no luck.
He's far too tentative in the paint, and even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Rockets ahead. They're up by 10. Well, folks, stick around here at halftime for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Let's get right to it, fans. We got plenty of...
The second half just about to get going here.
He's got 10 points, and defensively, he's had a couple of thefts as well.
I tell you, he's put a lot of effort to come up with those, Clark. He's not taking any possessions off at either end of the court.
Grizzlies trail by 10.
Well, you knew the Grizzlies were anticipating going deep into the playoffs after they had a nice run to the second round in 2011. They don't seem ready to settle for first-round exits, and they've got the personnel and coaching to be right in the thick of things going forward.
Clark, how about the previous year when they were number 8 seed, knocked out the number 1 seed San Antonio in 2010? Well, we've got a moment left to the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And so in the game for this, Patterson plays down low with the sheet. Kevin Martin and Chandler Parsons just hit the mark. And for the Grizzlies, they had a doozy of a matchup with the Clippers. Steve, you did a couple of those games in the first round. Exciting to watch.
Oh, man, was it ever. I mean, that series went 7 games. Remember, there was the incredible Clipper comeback in the, I think it was game 1 in Memphis. And then Clippers to go back to Memphis and win the deciding game on the road. That was really surprising.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, for Jeremy Lin, an unprecedented breakthrough for a player who couldn't even get a Division I scholarship offer going into college. He said, quote, "I couldn't even get some D3 schools to look at me. That used to bother me a lot. But now as I'm getting older, I don't worry about it. It's not about proving things to other people anymore for me. It's about playing the right way." But that outsider status made him hungry. He said, "When I'm on the court, I try to play with all my emotion and all my heart. I don't really try to hold too much back."